The UK Parliament accepted an amendment to impose public registers of beneficial ownership on the Virgin Islands and other overseas territories. This decision poses a significant reputational and economic threat to these islands and its financial services industry. The BVI has consistently stated that it will not introduce public registers of company beneficial ownership until it is a global standard. I want to assure you that nothing that has happened in the last 2 weeks changes this position.
The economy of the country is under threat just by a single act of Parliament.
It is simply not right.
We, of course, are not going to take that line down.
This should not make us bitter. It must make us better.
We will continue to work within where we are at the moment to continue to make sure that financial services continues to be relevant.
The British Virgin Islands' concern on this legislation is based on the constitutional infringement that it represents. The British Virgin Islands has a constitution that it negotiated in 2007, and it gives us the right to self-determination.
This is not simply a race issue. The economic implications of this imperial legislation is far-reaching that in essence and substantially will cripple our economy as we know it.
Of course, what has happened on the local level is that a committee was asked to come together to consider whether there should be a public demonstration against the UK's decision. It's very much in the planning stages. Our Cayman Islands colleagues would like to participate in any type of demonstration.
We have a responsibility to preserve what was given to us, and also pass that along to the next generation.
Yes.
If we don't stand up for what we believe in and what could help our country to keep growing,
yes,
I think we've done misjustice to all of us.
In 1949, when Theodore Faulkner came from Anegada with his wife and wasn't pleased with what was happening in the BVI when our Legislative Council had been dissolved in 1901, he staged a protest march in 1949, and that's what caused us to have a Legislative Assembly again. It always starts with some person.
Yes.
So that was 1949, and that's where we got the right to vote. That's where we got the right to self-govern. That's where we got the right to our own elections. It was based on his outrage as to what was happening in the territory. One person.
Yes.
In 1968, Noel Lloyd, when we had the Bates Hill Agreement, and I think the agreement was so egregious in terms of what they would benefit compared to us. He had the Wickham Ski under a lease for 199 years. They were only going to invest, I think, 1.4 million, and in today's value would end up with a $300 million investment.
Yes.
And so the terms were not right. And one man, Noel Lloyd, he saw that. And while we have Patsy and we have Brush Nibs and we have all those guys, Noel actually marched by himself initially. He didn't have a group. He went around the town by himself. He said that he didn't ask anybody to help him. It's when they saw his movement that they followed. So, you know, that today it is John Klein.
Yes.
When history records this, it will record it as a people that demonstrated, but you always have one person who will lead the cause.
Oh, beautiful Virgin Islands, your qualities can never be